After the Panchayat elections were announced in Bengal, the state has witnessed incidents of sporadic violence and intimidation from various parts of the state. Both the Congress, the left and the BJP are united in pointing fingers at one party, the Trinamool. It started with Congress worker in Murshidabad being killed by unknown assailants. Now a BJP leader's body has been recovered from Bankura. There have been several complaints by the BJP where it is alleged that its workers were attacked and stopped from filing nomination. And high drama today was witnessed in Hooghly, where BJP MP Locket Chatterjee was stopped from visiting the nomination centre by police officials. Taking note of the complaints by the BJP leaders, the State Election Commission directed all DMs and SPs to impose prohibitory orders within 1 kilometre of nomination centres. The National Human Rights Commission has also sent a special observer who will survey sensitive constituency where violence is likely. But the question is, what next? Because now it has become a case of the TMC versus all.
बंगाल चल रहा है, साथ ही चल रही है बंगाल की अस्मिता, बंगाल की पहचान, बंगाल की शान, बंगाल का नाम और जलाने का काम कर रहा है ममता दीदी और उनके वहां के लोग। हिंसा की बात करें तो वहां पर देखने को मिलता है कि हिंसा, तुष्टीकरण, अराजकता, भ्रष्टाचार বেঙ্গল का নিউ নরমাল बन गया।
এই কংগ্রেস কর্মীর রক্ত কিন্তু আমরা ব্যর্থ হতে দেব না। এই বাংলা থেকে তৃণমূলকে উচ্ছেদ করার প্রতিজ্ঞা নিয়েই আমরা রাজনীতি করছি এবং করব। কোনোভাবেই বাংলার মুখ্যমন্ত্রী আপনাকে আমরা খুনের রাজনীতি করে এই বাংলাকে দখল করতে দেব না।
অভিষেক ব্যানার্জি had no program in ঠাকুরনগর ঠাকুরবাড়ি. As part of his Navajuar Abhijan, he was going from Bonga through Thakurnagar. He wanted to pay his respect at the Matua temple. Abhishek could have forced his way, but he did not do so.
In a fresh face-off, a huge ruckus broke out between supporters of TMC MP Abhishek Banerjee and supporters of Union Minister Shantanu Thakur and members of the Matua Mahasangh outside the Thakurbari temple yesterday. BJP said that TMC workers tried to enter the temple forcibly and clashed with the authorities. TMC also released videos claiming that Shantanu Thakur security assaulted women workers of the TMC. Let's listen in to both the versions.
When we started the program, there was over 5,000 polices. They are deputed in this Thakurbari. One side, Abhishek Bandyopadhyay did not call us and started the program. Police is here. Everything we obeyed and we tolerate that. But when they are sending the anti-social inside the temple, we couldn't tolerate that. And I go there and that happened already there. After all, they beated our devotees, and this sort of, incident is made by, I think, Abhishek Bandyopadhyay. This is no doubt.
বিজেপির কিছু গুন্ডারা ঠাকুরবাড়ির গেটে তালা মেরে দিয়েছে শান্তনু ঠাকুরের কথায় যাতে আমি ঢুকতে না পারি। তাদের সমর্থকের সংখ্যা ছিল 300 আর আমাদের সমর্থকের সংখ্যা ছিল 5000। আমরা গায়ের জোরে ঢুকতে পারতাম।
But remember, this is not the first time that such allegations have been made against the West Bengal administration. In the past, on several occasions, high courts and central bodies have come down heavily on the Mamata government for repeated instances of violence, especially during the Panchayat elections. Is it time then for central forces to step in? Today, the court also reserved its order on the same plea. Let's take this across. Dr. Indraneel Das, State President of the BJYM, Gargi Nandi, political analyst, and Dirju Datta, National Spokesperson of TMC, will be joining us in just a bit. Shikha Mukherjee, senior journalist, is also live with us. Let me start with you, ma'am. First, you have the killing of a Congress worker. Then you have the clash at the Thakurbari temple. And then Saugata Roy says, only one death has happened. It's not a big deal. Why?
Oh, I think, this is political defensiveness. But having said that, let me say that there was an anticipation that there would be extensive violence. The killing part is something that is, there is absolutely nothing to be said about how condemnable it is. condemnable as it is, the fact is that instead of engaging in a political battle, in a political confrontation, the political parties have been gearing up for exactly this kind of violent confrontation. Because there is no way in which Shantanu Thakur and his company and his lot were waiting for something to happen, and they took advantage of the situation. The Trinamool's Abhishek Banerjee went to the Matua temple, and there was an anticipation that there could be trouble. Now, having asked for trouble, having sought trouble,
Okay.
all across the state, and you know, I was looking at the trouble spots from last Panchayat election. Birbhum, Bankura, Murshidabad, Malda, these are all known places. The human rights investigation team, observer, whatever it is also going to have to cover all of that area. The point really is that this violence has become a kind of signature of how politics is conducted in West Bengal.
Okay.
Instead of it being democratic politics, it is democracy which is being sort of sidelined,
By
and
who?
violence is taking over. And I'll tell you the reason.
No,
Can
by
I
who?
just
By who?
very briefly for a
No,
minute?
very quick follow-up question. When you say that democracy is being sidelined, by who?
Actually, it is for several reasons, and that's what is very disturbing. See, there has been across the states, not just one state, across the states, from Tripura to UP to Haryana to other parts of India too, where panchayat elections is an excuse for percentage of uncontested seats.
Ma'am, can you give a
Tripura,
similar
it is 86.
example where there
was... That is a mockery of democracy.
No, so you're saying that everyone is doing it. It's not just happening in West Bengal, it's happening everywhere.
That everyone is doing it. It's equally deplorable for whoever is doing it.
That is true, but if you're talking about...
It's not a question of one party or the other. Anyone who is engaging in this is using their dominance in the area to do this kind of thing.
Right, but do you think that the TMC
deplorable.
in this case is misusing their authority in order to crack down or muzzle or maybe kill their political opponents?
No, I don't think anybody is out to kill anybody. The point is, yes, there is a kind of dominance which they're trying to establish.
Okay.
And this is across the states.
Okay, it is just a fight for dominance, Dr. Indraneel Khan, nothing to do in particular with the TMC.
No, everything is particular to do with TMC, because since you have witnessed it in 2021 also, even after the assembly elections, you have witnessed the worst post-poll violence, the most fatal post-poll violence that was ever witnessed in the history of independent India, where over 50 workers of the BJP, the main opposition, the principal opposition party, were murdered, and thousands of our supporters were rendered homeless as the TMC administration just stayed silent and stayed a mute spectator. The police, the administration, all stayed silent as this mayhem continued. And even after this, after today, nothing has changed, because previously also in 2018, when the TMC was in power in West Bengal, we had witnessed such too much of bloodshed, where over 50 lives were lost in the panchayat election. And even now, despite such previous history, despite pleas by the opposition parties led by the BJP, that there should be deployment of central forces, that even after that, the State Election Commission is not budging to it. And the State Election Commission is just acting as a puppet of Mamata Banerjee's government. The new State Election Commissioner was appointed by Mamata Banerjee. Her very close henchman was appointed, and the very next day, she was this person declared the polls.
Okay, respond to this, Mr. Dirju Datta, that in this one allegation, everyone is united. Congress is saying the same thing, BJP is saying the same thing, left is saying the same thing, that you have brought in a culture of violence.
No, first of all, I want to clarify, there is no Congress on this panel. Didi is here, she is a journalist, and the rest two are BJP. So anyways.
No, that is true, but we just played out Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, and he is very much from the Congress, and that's what he alleged.
Let me me make it very clear. There been an history of political.
Who is opposing?
Hello, can you hear me? There's a lot of thunderstorms, so there's a network problem, Padmaja. Sorry.
Okay,
can
go
you
on.
hear me?
Yes, respond to this, then I'll bring in Gargi Nandi. Yes.
Thank you. See, the bottom line is, it is inherent in Bengal's DNA from the last 34 years of the left regime that there is bloodshed and violence, unfortunately. But Trinamool Congress, after we have got the people's mandate, we are trying to bring it to a down low. Under the leadership of Abhishek Banerjee, we are trying to establish Gram Swaraj, and we are trying to put a full stop to this madness. But my question is, when BJP spokesperson here, the BJP leader of opposition, is calling the state election commissioner henchman. Okay, but how will you explain me this? If there is no democracy, if TMC cadres are going on beating BJP, CPM, Congress, everybody, then as per state commission official records, BJP has filed the highest number of nominations, higher than even the ruling party, Trinamool Congress. And then the leader of opposition will go to the court and say that we want central forces and we want to delay the panchayat.
Respond, Dr. Indranil Khan. But before you respond, Dr. Indranil Khan, just one cross question to you, Dirju Datta. When you say that violence is in the DNA of West Bengal politics, you are saying that political opponents of yours are being killed because that's what happens in West Bengal. It's in the DNA.
No. It is a part of the culture which was brought by the left regime. We are trying to put a full
What
stop
kind
to
of
it.
culture is it to kill anyone? So, okay, for 30 years, the left did it. So now you just have to keep doing it.
No. That we are trying to bring a stop. But what the question is, what kind of culture this is? I think Mohammad Salim and Shujan Chakraborty can explain it better.
Okay, respond, Dr. Indranil Khan.
I would like to object to what the TMC spokesperson has said, because he has no right to defame the people of Bengal and question the DNA of the people of Bengal, because the people of Bengal are known for their peace, known for their literature, known for their culture, known for Swami Vivekananda, known for Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore. But it is very disheartening that the people of West Bengal is being defamed by the TMC, which has become synonymous with corruption and political violence. And it is also a question that why the State Election Commissioner, even today the Honorable Calcutta High Court had asked the State Election Commission and observed that the date could be postponed of this panchayat poll so that more nomination can be done, more people can get to participate, because there was no all-party meeting prior to the declaration of the polls. But it is a matter of fact that TMC government and the TMC party wants the election, the panchayat polls to be done before their flagship program of 21st July.
Okay, no, but answer this, Gargi Nandi Roy. This most specific question being asked by Dirju Datta is that if democracy is being throttled by the TMC, how are so many BJP people able to file their nomination?
It is the organization and the mass build-up, the mass resentment against the corruption.
Indranil, let me come.
Yes, go on, Gargi Nandi Roy.
Okay. Yes. My name is taken. Thank you for inviting me, Padmaja. See, Riju said one thing rightly today. Yes, the left had started the culture of political violence, but it has been taken to another level by the TMC. We didn't see this kind of rapes and murder. If you remember, in 2021, the ghost of that post-poll violence still haunts Bengal, where Khala Hobe became synonymous with rape and murder. Told to a man Khala Hobe means he will be murdered, told to a woman means he will be raped. So this has not been seen, and not only that candidates are not allowed to file nominations. Padmaja, you don't know that TMC goons, bike-born TMC goons make rounds of houses which are marked as non-TMC and ask them not to venture out on the day of voting. And there is the reason is very much economical. See, panchayat is a source of generating funds. So they have target. They have to generate revenue, and that goes up to the top. So they want to grab or snatch power by bullets, not ballot. Political power through power of bullet. Why? So that again the thieves of jobs, the thieves of ration, the thieves of flood relief materials, they can be again imposed on the people of Bengal.
Okay, Dirju Datta, even more serious allegation that people are going to the houses of candidates and threatening them.
During election.
Baseless allegation.
Not candidates.
Gargi Nandi Roy.
Supporters. BJP supporters being threatened, says she.
No. See, I will tell you this. 99% of what we used to see in the left regime has finished. It is peaceful all over the state. There are few unfortunate incidents in such a big landmass that will happen. We are trying to control that. My question is, when BJP raises a finger on law and order and death and rape, why don't Miss Gargi Nandi Roy go to their double engine Manipur? Why doesn't she go to Meghalaya? Why did not she go to Tripura after the election results were announced? Why is Miss Gargi Nandi Roy and Indranil Khan not going?
Gargi Nandi Roy.
Video of the girl who was fled from our village. Where okay, Riju, let me come. Padmaja, if you let me share one true incident, I will share. If Riju lets me speak.
Okay, go on. Gargi Nandi Roy, then Dr. Indranil Khan. Yes.
If you give me 30-40 seconds. Yeah, I will share an incident, Dirju Datta. This happened in the last Panchayat election time and it happened with my own Masi, okay? It is Hali Shahar in the suburb of Kolkata. You know, 2 days before the election, bike-borne TMC goons made rounds of houses which are marked as non-TMC voters, like Congress voters, BJP voters or CPM voters, and threatened them that don't step out on the day of election. And on the day of election, when my Masi still reached, she was told that her vote was cast. So she challenged, no, I am the person. How can my vote be cast? The polling officer gestured to a pistol holding TMC goon. So what she did, she went and stood in front of her with open arms and said, ki aaj ami guli khabo noy vote diye jabo. Means either I'll be shot dead today or I'll cast my vote. That young guy, though he had a pistol, he couldn't shoot. So then she went and cast her vote. And I am sharing with you a real incident.
Okay, respond to this very serious charge. Dirju Datta and then Dr. Indranil Khan. Yes.
Same thing, Padmaja, same thing happened with my auntie in Purva Midnapur. Bike-borne goons of Suvendu circled her house, marked it with a number X, pointed pistols at her and did not even let her step out of the house also during the elections. In Purva Midnapur, Suvendu's goons did it. And my auntie,
that's very sad because your party is in government and yet Suvendu Adhikari seems to still have called the shots in Purva Midnapur.
Yes, and why I'll tell you, because in ED CBI charge sheet mentioned Suvendu Adhikari is sitting on the same stage as the Home Minister of this country.
So you're saying that Suvendu Adhikari has more power than the Chief Minister and Home Minister of West Bengal?
No, he does not have more power than the Home Minister of West Bengal. What I'm saying is that he has done the same thing in Purva Midnapur. Look at Indranil Khan. He is the definition of democracy in Bengal. The way he is abusing the ruling government, if this would have been before 2011, he wouldn't have reached home. This is the change that Trinamool has brought in Bengal.
That is wonderful, sir, because if that is your definition of democracy, then you sit on TV and say that Modi is a dictator and look how well you have flourished. Then by your own definition, democracy is very robust in our country. Anyhow, luckily for us, at least nobody is dying in Lok Sabha elections. Going by your argument of DNA hi aisa hai, Dr. Indranil Khan.
Firstly, I'd like to add, Riju, you said that I would have not been able to go home. Actually, I was not able to go home. When I raised my voice against the non-availability of PPE in the government hospitals during the first COVID lockdown in the state of West Bengal, the doctors were given raincoats, and I was actually hounded by the West Bengal police sent by Mamata Banerjee, and for 7.5 hours I was grilled in the overnight. I was kept away from my hospital work, and I had to spend that entire night until the next day till 2 p.m. Even my phones were confiscated by your police. So I would like to speak how democracy is, because the people of West Bengal know the situation of democracy in West Bengal. But the situation is even worse in the villages today, because the civic volunteers, despite Honorable Calcutta High Court order, the civic volunteers are being deployed by the State Election Commission to maintain law and order. The civic volunteers are a force that were created by the TMC government. Just mainly the TMC cadres got the job, and for that they have been asked, specifically asked by the Calcutta High Court to not be deployed in any maintenance of law and order. But strangely, the State Election Commission, acting as a blatant disregard to the Honorable Calcutta High Court order, they are deploying the civic volunteers. You can see see in the screens also the blue jersey people. They were civic volunteers. They're being deployed. They are hounding the people with lathis and sticks.
Okay.
And even it is very worse. It is appalling that the Congress, we are losing a Congress worker. He's a citizen of West Bengal, but the Congress is busy posing up to the same TMC who is killing their worker in West Bengal.
Okay,
Just
today
to
the
say
Calcutta
one
High
another
Court
from
has
the
reserved its
corrupt-
order. Is it going to intervene in the entire process of filing of nomination and the election itself? At least the visuals are quite worrying. We'll keep a close watch. Thanks very much, both gentlemen, Shikha Mukherjee and Gargi Nandi, for joining us. That's it then from me on this edition of The Nation Wants to Know. I will see you next at 10 on the News Hour agenda, where we'll talk about the Congress kicking off its campaign in Madhya Pradesh, very interestingly going back to Hanuman and the Narmada Aarti.